So this is just me setting up the game. And then, so after the initial setup, I just draw my own 5 cards from my hands, but this is going to represent the rounds or the enemy necromancers that you're going to have to face. And this one right here is the first one. And this is the enemy necromancer's army. And this is your own army right here. Now, the gimmick about this game is that I know what cards my enemy is going to play already. And I can adjust my cards to see if I can't find a way to kind of beat his own cards. And I also have my own special ability. And in this case, I'm going to be using the Ace of Spades, which is going to let me destroy any one of these cards here. And it also bypass one of the rolls that I'll have to make in this game. So looking at it, I see that he at first has a jack. So I'm going to want to put my king first. Or I could use my ace ability to destroy this jack right here, and then my king can play against the 9 at the end, which is a smart idea because comparing my cards, I see that a lot of my cards are lower than the enemy's card score is. So I'd probably want to put my king at the end to make sure that I can always destroy the 9, and then I should destroy the jack with my own ace ability. Or I could let the jack just take out my own 2 and then hope that whenever I roll for his chance to stay in, he doesn't roll above a 10. And that way my 7 can take out this 6, and then other than that, yeah. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to use my ace to destroy a different card. I'm going to try to let this jack die out by letting it take my own 2 and then hope it doesn't pass the roll. So I'm going to put this down and we're going to see how this plays out. So here we have the jack versus the 2. The 2 goes away, and now it's the jack versus the 7. And then I messed up already. So I'm going to actually use my ace now instead because I forgot that it could take it away. But so now it's going to be, I'm not going to be using this anymore, so I'm going to flip it around. So now it's going to be my 6 versus the 7. The 7 is bigger than the 6, so the 6 goes away. Now it's the 7 versus the 4. The 7 is bigger than the 4, so it will go away regardless. But if I roll higher than a 7, which I didn't, it would have stayed in, and then it would have went against the next 4 right here. So both of these cards go away back into the discard pile. So now it's the 4 versus the 4. And now the 4s will both go away because of the same value, back to the discard pile. Now it's the 9 versus the 5, and the 5 goes away because it's lower than the 9. And now it's the 9 versus my king, and the king is bigger than the 9, so the 9 goes away. And now I have won this round because I still have a card left while my opponent has no more cards left. So I'm going to take both the opponent's card and the enemy's card, and I'm just going to keep it in my discard pile somewhere randomly at the deck, probably at the end, or I could shuffle it in randomly. And I'm going to take this king back too because I'm going to be drawing new cards. So I'm going to flip my ace back over to show that I can use it again. And then I'm going to take my next opponent, which is just this one. I'm going to draw 5 cards for him. And I'm going to draw 5 cards for myself. And let's see here. So I see he has 3 high cards and kind of 2 low cards. And I also have the same thing as him, but I have this ace here, which is going to let me get rid of some of them. So with this 3 here, I probably want to use my 5 first to get rid of it. And I might use my ace to get rid of a different one. Or I could use my... Yeah, we'll probably do that. Let's see here. So I see that he has 2 8s in the back, so I kind of want to, I think I want to match these ones. And then I want to use my my ace to defeat whatever card my 2 is going to go against, because my 2 isn't going to win against anything except for this 2. And I don't think I really have to, but we'll see. So as you can see here, the enemy's 3 and my 5 goes against each other. My 5 is bigger than the 3, so it's going to go away. Now it's my 5 against the 9. The 9 is bigger than the 5, so the 5 is going to go away. And the queen against the 9. The queen is bigger than the 9, so the 9 is going to go away. Now it's the queen against the 2. And I don't think I want to waste my queen and use a roll and have it potentially go away on this 2. So I'm going to use my ace, and I'm going to make this 2 go away. And I can only use my ace one time during this whole card game. It's outlined in the rule book. So now my queen is actually going against this 8 like it's his first time. So after this queen beats the 8, it's going to take this next 8 regardless, and I don't have to roll for it. So he's going to beat him. And then now I've already won. I don't really have to roll, but just for an example, I rolled an 8. Then this queen would also go away, but because I rolled a value lower than that. So then I go to the next one. And in this round, since it's the 3rd round, I have the difficulty go up, and I have whatever kind of face card, whatever kind of suite or face card this is, it's going to affect how the game's card values kind of change, at least inside of the enemy's army. So here I have an odd number, so that means that every single one of my my opponent's odd numbers get a +1 to their value. So as you can see here, he got kind of unlucky, and he only has mostly even numbers except for this 9. So he really has a 10, a 10, a 6, a 10, and a 4. Let me draw my own cards. Alright, so looks like I got pretty unlucky here, but we'll see what I can do with this. And I'm definitely going to have to use my ace to get rid of one of these cards because I have kind of an average lower, because I have to beat 3 of his 10s, and I have a 6. I have a 4, and he has a 4, and then his 6 is bigger than my 5. So let's see. So I think I want to play my 4 first, and then my queen, and then my 9, then this one, and then I'll have to use my ace somewhere to defeat one. And hopefully that'll put me on top, or at least prevent a draw. We'll see. Okay, yeah, so then I think that I would need to have to use my ace to get rid of probably this 9 at the end here. And then hopefully some of my cards I can roll, and hopefully I get above a 10 for a couple of them. And I am able to keep it in play until the very end, where I can defeat this jack with one of my own cards and keep this 5 as the one that's going to kind of win the game. So I'm going to use my ace, and I'm going to get rid of one of these 10s, because the 9 is considered a 10 now because he's got an odd number as his face card, so it's +1 to him. So now we'll play. So 4 and a 4, they both go away. Queen and a 6, the queen wins, the 6 goes away. Now it's the queen versus the jack, and they both go away. Now it's my 9 versus the 9, and then 9 goes away. And then yeah, it would go like that, and then you'd win if you go past these 2 cards and beat them.